2020, for only the second time in 40 years, America entered a per capita recession. The result: American wages declined to levels not seen since June 1990. The reason is COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown, devastating bushfires. However, when polled, there was one thing that affected American more than anything else: the cost of living. Over the last few decades, American has experienced one of the greatest housing booms. Home prices are up about 60% over the past decade. Republicans and independents are more likely to believe the U.S. inflation is increasing. Many Americans put the blame on Biden for the state of the economy, with 58% of those polled saying the economy is worsening due to mismanagement from the presidential administration. In this video, I will show you what the happening in United States economy. America is one of the most beautiful places in the entire world, surrounded by diverse landscapes filled with world-class beaches, cities, and parks. The country looks like a paradise, but if you want to live here, it's easier said than done. To buy the median home in San Francisco, a family needs to earn at least $250,000 per year. In New York City, that number balloons to $180,000 per year. Compare this to the median household income in both cities of $70,000 and it becomes clear that home ownership is far out of reach for most Americans. A study shown that American rents are climbing at almost double the rate of American workers' salaries. Rents increased by 30%, while wages only grew 20%. American workers, already being squeezed by inflationary pressures on consumer goods, are collectively crying uncle and demanding relief. In years past, many American renters would rent apartments as stepping stones to home ownership. Today, an entire generation of Americans is coming to grips with the reality that today's rents make saving enough money to buy a house, or saving any money at all, like running on a treadmill to nowhere. Now, the high rents in cities like New York and San Francisco are spreading like wildfire. Even the Sunbelt and the Midwest are now experiencing the kind of dramatic spikes in rental prices that used to be commonplace only in major metropolitan areas on America's coasts. The study showed that Tampa, Florida, has seen rents grow by 50% since 2019, while worker salaries in the city have only grown by 15%. Up the coast, Jacksonville rents are up 35%, while worker salaries have only increased by 12.2%. However, the pace of rent increases, home prices and interest rates is creating a housing crisis so acute that few of America's politicians or economic observers can offer anything more than vague statements of encouragement about the future. Many are forced to rely on bottled water at an estimated personal cost of $1,350 every year. According to recent analysis, water insecurity also cost the U.S. economy approximately $8.58 billion annually in lost labor and productivity, reduced household earnings and higher healthcare costs. The drinking water system in the United States is broken in all kinds of ways. Chronic underinvestment has left water infrastructure outdated and on the verge of collapse in many places across the country. For example, historic flooding last summer damaged operations at a water treatment plant in Jackson, Mississippi, leaving more than 150,000 people without safe drinking water for weeks. The event drew national attention to Jackson, a Black-majority city, and shed light on the water issues that residents there have been shouldering for decades and continue to do so. Meanwhile, lead, per, and polyfluoroalkyl substances known as PFAS, industrial pollution, and agricultural runoff are contaminating the drinking water for hundreds of millions of people, and many don't even know it. The situation underscores the need for more stringent environmental regulations and increased investment in sustainable farming practices and water purification systems. Without these measures, the dream of clean, safe drinking water for all Americans will remain out of reach, leaving millions vulnerable to the hidden dangers lurking in their taps.